Hi, I'm Don Conreaux. I want to introduce to you today what we call minute yoga. You know, this gong is the most resonant instrument on earth, and it's used for rejuvenation. It has a healing resonant sound. Actually, we're all gongs. We also resonate, and we call it resonant health. When we have resonant tone in our bodies, we're well, we're relaxed, we're productive, and the future looks bright. When we lose our tone, it seems like we're on the down end of a cycle and things start going bad. I'd like to show you how through doing yoga, a soft workout for 1 minute, here and there throughout the day, is all that you really need to maintain yourself and to keep your resonant tone in your life. And we'll get back to this gong. But I'd like you to try a few exercises with me first. So are we ready? When you go up to a park bench, you'll notice that there are people sitting around and everybody's passive. They're kind of like just resting. Gravity has them and they're just relaxing. That's fine. Gravity keeps us on the earth, but gravity is not always our friend because we tend to be pulled down in old age and we begin to stoop over and we lose our proportion later in life. We seem to shrink. We can stop this. This is what we call unnatural aging. We should always be straight. How do you be straight? Main thing is that you have shoulders that need to go back. And as you know, they go forward more easily. So pull the shoulders back and just raise your chin up and look up. And revolve the shoulders. Now the most important thing though in yoga is not just the exercise of doing this, it's really the breath. Your mind, your moods control your breathing, and when you control your breath, you control your mind. So just inhale deep as you do it, inhaling big circles. It's okay, you can exhale through your mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Blow that old air out. Inhale deep. Hold the breath. Chest out. Full rotation. Hold it. Exhale. Yeah, when you exhale, then you really relax and you roll your neck around and drop the head. It's the shoulders that's so important when you're going about your day. See this? It's a beautiful posture. It's almost like a T. So this posture here, as you inhale, you just bring the arms all the way up till the wrists touching back, and you exhale as you lower. Here, you can see it from the back. You only have to do it a couple of times. What is it good for? Well, you're squeezing right here, your whole neck area. So your thyroid, your parathyroids, all those glands that make your face look beautiful and alive and that protects you from getting viruses are activated. So when you feel like you're susceptible to getting something, just place your hands on your shoulders. Inhale up, stretch it up, exhale down. And if you want to do them quickly, you can do it in a shorter amount of time. And then inhale up and hold. And then relax. And when you relax, if you feel any tension, shake it out. You can do it anywhere at any time. I like to do it in the elevator, especially if there's nobody there. Another exercise, Ah, a lot of pressure sometimes at home or at the office, where people kind of get in your face or they break your magnetic field. Sometimes on the subway, it's so crowded, and you know how we like to have our space, but pretty soon we get compressed to where we don't have any. If you feel like you've been intruded upon by somebody else's moods and emotions, do this. Legs spread wide. Place the hands on the shoulders again. And this time, just twist from the waist. You're going to feel a little tension right in here as you do it, but that's good. Keep your head looking straight ahead, as though you were looking in the distance. And twist. And use the breath with it. As you come forward, inhaling. So it's an exhale with each elbow. Then inhale and hold. Bring the arms up, stretch up, and exhale and release. It's very simple. What this does is it breaks the magnetic field, and as soon as you quit, you reestablish your presence or your aura again. It brings it up. There's some other ways to use this. One thing that's very good is to take the hands all the way up. Interlock your fingers, stretch up. This is a breath exercise. It's mainly for the upper lobes of the lungs. A lot of times secondary smoke bothers us because this kind of like stays up here, you know, and doesn't get out of the lungs. One way to do that is to stretch the hands up all the way, lean back a little bit, and do the short breath, a little sniffing in and out of the nose, and concentrate just on the stomach. On this short breath, you push in with the navel, and when you inhale, stomach comes out again. You may have to practice it a few times, but it's all the way up, look up, inhale deep, stretch, I like to say ta, because it's a sound that is totally relaxing. It means change. Good. So this is when you need to get air into the upper part of your lungs. Also, this is a flying exercise, by the way. This is an exercise that you do when you want to protect yourself. So this is flying and protection. To feel safe and secure, you do like this. Inhale deep, bring the hands up, and release. These are simple 1-minute exercises you can do anywhere. If you feel that your energy is scattered, there's a simple exercise that you can do that's going to center the energy to bring you back to a balance again. So if you feel that excess energy, all that you do is you stick your hands behind you, interlock the fingers like so, and you look up, raise the arms up. You don't want to cause a cramp, just high enough, and look up, push the waist forward a little bit, and do the short breath. Inhale deep, and now just bend forward, bring the arms up, stretch them up. And relax. You're going to feel a little buzzy, but you're going to feel centered, and that's the most important thing. Short breath. Some people believe that we only have so many breaths before we die. So that last breath, we never know when we're going to take it. So, but we do know that the slower that you breathe, the longer that you live. So if we can just a few minutes of the day do a complete slow breath, if you can slow that breath down to just 4 breaths per minute, they say that the pituitary gland awakens and you always feel that you're in the right place at the right time. You have total control over what enters into your own field of emotions. So inhale deep. and exhale totally. When you exhale, keep your chest up. Hold the chest out. Inhale deep, coming in the stomach first. Filling the upper chest. Keep the chest up. Exhale. And now inhale deep. Hold the breath. Pull the diaphragm in and up. Chin in. As you exhale, exhale all the air out. Squeeze it out, but keep the chest up. Squeeze it out. Now with all the air squeezed out, hold the breath out and pull the diaphragm up. Ta. Work with the breath. Consciously inhale deep. Hold the breath. Consciously exhale the breath. Squeeze it out. Hold it out. Pull the diaphragm up. This whole area here, if you just a minute or so throughout the day, inhale deep, exhale the air out, hold it out, pull in on the diaphragm, pull up. You won't have problems with your stomach and your intestines and your liver and your gallbladder and all of these things and of the fat accumulating there. It's all it takes. Better to do it once here, another time there, throughout the day, and before you know it, you're going to have a flat stomach. And also your internal organs are going to be toned up. So tone up again with a new exercise. The legs. The legs are so important. You know, it used to be that everybody would squat. You'd see farmers always like this. But we've lost that with sitting in chairs all the time. So take the chair position and feel how tight the quadriceps, your thighs, get, and hold that position. If you reach your hands out in front of you and do the short breath, pushing in on the navel, inhale and hold, and just make a fist in the body, and come up. And when you come up, you're going to feel a need to stretch in this direction. And you relax. How do you relax your heart? Interesting thing in yoga. If you make a suction with your lips, the heart relaxes. So it's called sipping. You can actually feel it. You feel it right in this area. It strengthens your heart when you, it's like sipping a straw. This is also a wonderful way for all of you who have been able to stop smoking. It's not just for people who have stopped smoking. It's for people who have been standing at the bus stop and getting the diesel fuel smell in their lungs. If you feel that you have an urge, a compulsion to smoke, all that you do is you purse your lips, take a long drag of air, and then exhale. And you blow that imaginary smoke as far as you can. And then you, really as though the straw is clogged, you're trying to get a thick milkshake up, and then you exhale. And then the third one, you inhale and you hold. Now when you hold the breath, let the air go down into the stomach. Push up. And then exhale. And then as soon as you exhale, pull the diaphragm up. The wonderful thing about it is, if you do that for 1 to 3 minutes, any desire to smoke leaves you. And one of the things, of course, is important, is that the smokers are breathing more oxygen in than non-smokers are. So if you are a non-smoker and you breathe like that, you have none of the toxic fumes and you get all of the air that you need. So stop smoking, don't stop breathing. Breathe consciously, breathe more than ever. Here's an exercise that you can do anywhere and any time. Believe it or not, I learned this in Hollywood. It's called the star pose. It's the 5-pointed star. And all you have to do is stand like this for 1 to 3 minutes, left palm up, right palm down, and do long and deep breathing. And again, the full, complete breath is inhale the stomach first, and then the chest. And as you exhale, keep the chest out and just exhale at the stomach. Squeeze that diaphragm in. Inhale deep. And exhale. And the last breath, inhale deep and hold. And then I want you to pump your stomach with the air held. Inhale. Pump. Exhale all the air out. Pull the diaphragm up and hold. Pull everything up. Exhale all the air out. Pull up. Ta. And release and relax. It only takes a few exercises and you feel rejuvenated. So you don't have to do these in a full class. You can do anyone, anywhere, at any time. And later on, we'll show you how we do that. And we'll get other people to do it too. Pretty soon, instead of seeing passive people on park benches, you're going to see everybody doing something. Even if you're standing up, the calf muscles are very important, especially if you're going to be climbing stairs. So this is just up and down on the toes. What makes it yoga? You concentrate the breath with the movement. 20 seconds. Inhale deep. Come all the way up. And exhale. And when you exhale, bend forward. Feel this stretch along the hamstrings and the sciatic nerve all the way up. This is what shortens because of sitting in chair pose all day in the office or at home. So what we do is we just bend forward and stretch easy. Pulling the chest, the whole thoracic cavity is away from the waist. Pulling it away. Reach up. Lean back. And ta. And you're complete. Tension usually starts in the left shoulder. The left side is the heart. There's a saying in yoga, if you don't want to ever get a heart attack, then keep the left shoulder completely free, completely loose, so that the blood pressure doesn't build up in the head and in the arm. So the way to do that is simply to roll the shoulder around in a big circle. Rolling it, rolling it. Now, inhale deep as you do it, so it's hold the breath, roll it. Exhale the breath, hold the breath out, roll it. Do both sides. Hold the breath. Feel it. Exhale the breath out. Squeeze it out. Hold it out. Feel it. Ta. And release and relax. Simply working the shoulder area. This raising and lowering, we have all this tension in the back here, in these areas here, and it's tense, and we tense it more. Well, there's a way to get rid of this tension in here. And what you do is that you go ahead and, as you know, for protection's sake, we all become like turtles and we pull our shoulders up. So pull them up high, okay? Squeeze them up there. Short breath. Inhale deep. Hold and roll. Roll. Exhale all the air out. Squeeze it out. Hold it out and roll. Ta. Stretch it back. A minute. A breather is all it takes. Now, scoops. Scoops are wonderful. Scoops, sometimes I'll stop on the street. I just need to stretch a little bit. I want to feel the stretch back here. And then I just want to scoop a little. You can scoop standing up. You can scoop looking back. You can scoop stooping over. Stooping over, it's good to keep your chin up. And when you inhale, come all the way up. And come down. I think these love muscles here, these handlebars, not so much on women, but certainly in men, these need to be exercised. And in fact, most of the time when we have throw our back out, it seems like we go over and twist at the same time and puts the wrong pressure on that disc at the fourth and fifth lumbar. So you have to be conscious when you do this one. When you stretch up, you're going to come down, but as you exhale, but take these hands and just come down in a straight line. You can rub your thumbs on your leg as you come down and stretch. And when you come back up, stay in that alignment and go exactly back up the way you came, and then repeat on the other side as you exhale. And come down and inhaling up. So it's inhale up. Ta. I think what happens is that we love habits. We have a habit of walking. We have a habit of eating. We have a habit of sleeping. Everything are our habits. However, we want habits that we choose. So as long as you have freedom of choice with habits, habits are wonderful because we inhabit this earth. So habits also wear grooves. When we walk a certain way during the day, remember, or jogging or running, movement tends to be redundant. And when it becomes redundant, we wear a groove. So why do we exercise? Simply to move in all the directions that habitually we don't move, in order to keep that joint, those bones, those muscles in resonant tone. We have to let them remember how it was when we could move so freely in our youth. So I believe that you can do this intuitively. The first thing that you do is you assess, how do I feel? Okay. And you have to be honest about it. Everybody gets stiff. I think right now, for me, this area right in the legs is stiff and hurts. These are things that you don't even know hurt until you actually get in a position where you feel it. So this is an important muscle. This muscle right in here from the knees all the way to where you hook on to your body here. This is related to what we call the sex center, the moon center. It's really what they feel is at the bottom of the charisma of some of the celebrities and stars. They have that certain something. So this area in here needs to be kept toned. So by spreading the knees wide, bending down, and holding this chair position, and then breathing, and inhaling, and bending down a little bit more, holding the breath. Exhale all the air out, and come up. And you can use your hands to help you. It's mainly to feel this stretch. Sexual vitality, well, that's something that we all would like to have. There's two little muscles right here that are related to your potency as a human being. And these two muscles don't get exercised too often. But one of the ways that they're exercised is whenever you bend forward like this. When you bend forward, you can feel these muscles tighten right here. So this exercise is a great exercise, especially for men. Okay? So it's just a matter of coordination. It's swinging. You notice the breath is just kind of like going in and out with the movement. Look at it from the side. First you just swing, pushing the waist forward. Chin up. And it just feels so good to do it. And all the time, these muscles are getting toned up. And then inhale and hold. And exhale and relax. And remember, afterwards, you're going to feel intuitively that you want to bend in another direction and stretch. And you can go through your entire body, muscle by muscle that's stiff, and go ahead and to work it. One of the things that we pay less attention to in our lives are our feet and our ankles. So, rolling that ankle is more beneficial than you think. So roll it all the way around and also breathe with it. Send the breath there. Inhale and hold, keep rolling it. Exhale, roll it the other way. Hold the breath out, roll it. And afterwards, just straighten that leg out a little bit. You can do that much easier if you're waiting for a bus. Put one hand on the bus stop and do this exercise. And you do it with both legs. It's wonderful to do while you're waiting for somebody. Rolling ankle both ways and breathing. It's more important to exhale at a bus stop than it is to inhale. Inhale, roll it the other way. And then inhale, hold, roll, exhale, roll, and stretch it out a little bit. Same thing with the knees. I look at people jogging all the time and say, well, I don't know if my knees could take all that redundant jogging. So I prefer to walk. But even so, walking still wears a groove. So it's the knee. Moving the knee the way that you don't normally move it. Inhale, exhale, hold the air out, reverse, hold the breath, ta, and stretch it out and release it. All of these joints, the ankles, the knees, the elbows, they all need to move in every direction possible. Hold the breath. Exhale it. Reverse it. Loosen it. Inhale and stretch it out. Fingers, the hands. You know, if you're a senior and your body doesn't want to exercise anymore, you know your hands do. And especially if you keep the circulations in the hands going, you remove a lot of tension from the body, but you also keep the arthritis and the rheumatism and all those things that come through poor circulation will stop affecting you. So how do you work with the hands? Well, first of all, You do the wrists. Make sure that the wrists go all the way around both ways. Back again. And then stretch it open. Stretch it the other way. Stretch it there. Stretch it. And then move the fingers. Inhale and hold, and roll. Exhale, roll the opposite direction, and shake out. Elbows are so important. See this little area in here? As we age, all this starts gathering right here because this muscle begins to shrink and the skin doesn't, go back into shape. And the elbows become weak. So how do you strengthen this muscle in here? Every time you bring your arms back like this, you're tensing up the triceps. So bring them up, make a fist, take a deep breath, straighten them out. This is like an isometric exercise. It's important to keep these arms toned up. Inhale back and hold. And ta, and release, and relax, and then roll. The eyes are very important. The reason is that oxygen normally goes throughout all the body and it comes and goes to the eyes last. So the eyes also, through lack of oxygen, become very sensitive to sunlight. So we want to get oxygen to the eyes. And we also have muscles in our eyeballs that need to be worked. They're called cilia muscles, and there's 6 of them. And the way to do this is to roll the eyes. You can do this, turn your back to a person and start rolling your eyes, inhaling deep, exhaling, inhaling and holding, hold and roll, and reverse. And then exhale. After you do that, you're going to feel some tension in different parts of the eye. Those are muscles that were short and that need to be lengthened to keep your eyeball in shape so you don't get your vision deteriorating later in life. Also, we have the jaw. This is where all the tension comes in the day, especially when we have to bite our tongue, have to swallow what we're going to say. So the jaw is very important. Take your hands and place them right on the jaws, right here. Right, you can feel where it hurts. Open the jaw and release it. If you stick your tongue out, like Michael Jordan does when he dunks a ball, that helps. Now inhale and hold. Close the jaw. Smile. Press. Ta. And release and relax it. And right up in here, press. Hold it. Now, what really relaxes the jaw, I know a lot of people suffer from, they call it TMJ. But if you'll just pull down, these are called masseter muscles right here, and if you pull down on them across this jaw, it takes this tension away. And if you do it with the breath, it becomes a yoga. So do it like this. Inhale and hold, and slowly pull down. Pull it all the way down here. You can feel it where it feels good, all the way down, and relax. Simple, it's a wonderful exercise. We're going to take a little walk through the park and show you some other exercises that you can do when you're on the go or you're on the run or you're strolling somewhere. And maybe we'll even hit a park bench or something. But we'd like you to know that it's your right to self-maintain yourself. And even if you have to do it undercover when no one's looking, you could be all the time, not passive, but working on tuning yourself up, bringing back your resonance, and keeping your head clear. I'll give you one last one before we leave here. Cooling down is very important to do, especially if somebody has caused you to lose your temper. When you take air in through your mouth, especially if you can curl your tongue or feel the cool air going in through your mouth and down to the throat area here, if you breathe just simply a few times through there, it'll lower your blood pressure and it'll cool you off. So I do it like this. And then I inhale and hold. And when I hold the breath, you can relax your neck, you can stretch your shoulders back, you can lift your arms, and you can release. And just loosen yourself up before you walk out of it. Let's try some more exercises, but let's do it as we're walking through Central Park and stopping somewhere, and maintain ourselves for the next few minutes.
Take a step back and just slightly down. Okay, good.
Okay. Ready? Well, we ready to lay out and do some exercises on our back? I feel like it. This, by the way, is a wonderful instrument. It's the conch. It goes way back all over the earth. 7 seas, 7 different kinds of conchs, 7 races. Everybody uses it, but it signifies something. It's the beautiful golden spiral. And the conch grows this way, they say, in this ratio of the golden spiral, so that it can keep its center of gravity and the waters and the turbulence will not cause it to roll over. So actually this ratio here is just like the human body is built. The navel, the feet, the top of the head is in the same ratio as this conch. Actually, the ratio changes. As we get older, this perfect ratio begins to change a little because everything drops down. Minute yoga, I think, erases that and brings us back into a full, perfect ratio again. At least we work in that direction. Also, the conch has been used as a symbol of the call for purification. So it's really a call to get back and work on ourselves again, and that's what we're going to do. But we're going to do it on our backs. They say this is the highest yoga pose And that's corpse pose, or they call it savasana. It's the pose that is supposedly the easiest to leave your body in. In sleep, when the body totally relaxes, we seem to leave our physical consciousness and go off in dreamland. But I'll tell you, a lot of times, you just can't get to sleep. This is a difficult thing, insomnia. How can we get to sleep at night when we're thinking about tomorrow and reassessing the day, and the body just doesn't feel like it wants to leave us? Easy. You inhale deep, and you exhale. You inhale deep, and you just tense the left side of your body. You make a left fist, tense left arm, lift your heel, tense left, hold the breath, and ta, and you release and you drop it and you relax totally. Do the same thing on the opposite side of the body. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale deep. Hold. Tense the right side. Ta. And release and relax. And already I'm beginning to feel like I could take a little nap. But now try both sides. With both sides, try doing the short breath. Inhale deep. Hold. Make two fists. Point. And ta. And immediately you want to drift off. There's another way that's useful when you're falling asleep. And that is if you cross your legs and you cross your arms, this creates a push-pull feeling. I'm pulling my arms and holding them from coming apart. I'm pulling my feet apart, keeping my legs together. Both ways, and then reverse the cross. So you can do it bilaterally. Inhale deep and squeeze. And relax. There's another way to cure sleeplessness, and it also is good for things like headaches. And if you're a big person, you got most of your weight down here, you might find it a little difficult to do. You don't have to do it long. Also, do it the best way you can. You come up and raise the waist high and lay your head back. You only need to hold this pose for 3 minutes, and you do the short breath in and out, keeping the waist high. Inhale deep, hold, ta, and you release, and you relax. You see it from the side view. Now, if it's hard to keep up like this, just go as high as you can. If you can go all the way up, so much the better. Inhale deep, stretch up, ta, and hold, and relax, and come down. By the way, I wanted to talk to you about feeling the need to pull away from vibrations.
Say a few things.
I'm saying a few things right now.
Talk again, please.
Talking again, please. Talking more, please. Any microphone interference? Huh? I'm saying a few more things. Keep going. Keep talking. Say a few more things. Say a few more.
Anything else that you'd like to
Fields were
Down inside the Kremlin walls to Radio Moscow. Out to the transmitters. Live. We've just swallowed that. Taken it in stride. As though it's an ordinary thing. We're alive this moment.
What? Have you done this before? Have you lived before? Have you lived before? Have you lived before?
Part 3.
Yeah, there was one exercise.
Sorry,
Yeah.
okay, start now.
There's one exercise that anybody can do. Originally, it was an exercise for mothers who had a little baby, and they're constantly worried and thinking about the baby all the time. And it was, how do you disconnect and not worry about your child? It's also good to take your aura, if you will, your magnetic field, and remove it from the influence of something else. But it's mainly for worry. What you do is you take your thumbs and you put them inside of your fists, inside your palm, and you squeeze these thumbs like so. And you can do this in this, I find it good in the subway. You're closed in like this, and you can just hold the thumbs and then just breathe. So, and as I'm breathing, I'm actually massaging these thumbs, squeezing them a little bit, squeezing them a little bit. And then when I inhale and hold, I squeeze a little bit more. And then when you release, just relax those thumbs. Stops worry. The thumbs also represent what we call our ego. You know how many times a day that our egos get stepped on, or insulted, or insinuated again, or any of that stuff, and our egos get hurt and we come back with ego. Well, the thumbs represent the ego. And if you pull them all the way back like this and hold them back, you're going to feel a little bit of a strain there. That's a nerve adjustment. If you hold them straight out like that, see that? Arms are absolutely parallel. And you do the short breath, in and out through the nose. Believe me, nobody can hear you or see you do this. In New York, they don't pay any attention to you anyway. Inhale and hold. Pull the thumbs back. You can bring them forward. Stretch the arm. Ta, and release them and just massage them. We say that's for negative ego. Makes you humble. And massage the hands. Squeeze the hands. Squeeze the fingers all the way. Totally relax that area. Bring the arms back up. This time you're going to pull your shoulders up high. And the thumbs are back. And you do the short breath. Remember, the short breath is very important. It's the very quickest way that you can cleanse your bloodstream. In 5 minutes, you can totally change the bloodstream through just doing this short in and out rapid breathing. So do this for a few minutes. It'll make you very happy. Keep a slight smile. Thumbs back. Powerful breath. Inhale and hold. Ta, and release and relax and just drop. It's a great breath. In the early days of yoga, we're talking 3,000 years ago, this was called the most powerful yoga exercise that you could do. They call it maha, which means great, and mudra, which means a pose. And it's just like we do when we exercise to stretch out our hamstrings and our Achilles tendons. You pull your toes all the way back, you reach forward as far as you can. If you can't reach your toes, reach where you can. Reach forward and try to relax your elbows. Again, this rapid, short breathing exchanges carbon dioxide for oxygen very rapidly in the system. Just a few seconds. Inhale, hold. Pull forward just a little bit. Hold the breath. Now as you exhale, squeeze the air out and pull the diaphragm up. And release and relax. You do it this way as well. You do the left side. Inhale and hold. Stretch forward. Down. Exhale. Down. Pull the diaphragm up. Top. Not too much now. You don't want to create a cramp. What you really want to do is you want to reorganize the meridian flows in your body and balance them out. And you'll know one side is always a little different than the other. Like I have a little stiff knee, so this doesn't feel as right as the other one. But nevertheless, go down as far as you can. Chin up, short breath. Pull the toes back. Inhale and hold. Pull it back. Exhale, air out. Pull the diaphragm up. And release. And you can go back to the other side again. And this time, reach over and turn to the side. Okay? And then turn the chin over so it's in alignment of that shoulder. I think the important thing to do is the old axiom, don't kill yourself trying to get well. Take it easy. The main thing to do is to feel. To feel. There's nothing to see hardly at all. It's a matter of sensing that stretch. How does it feel? Is it a good feeling or is it a bad feeling? Short breath. Turn. Lean over. Inhale and hold. Hold the breath. Exhale. Go all the way down. Ta, and release, and relax. And straighten the legs and just bounce. Platform pose. If you need energy right away and you can do this, you'll find it a great benefit. You just lean back in this position and raise up, point the toes, and hold this position for a while. You'll feel the strain in the shoulders and the arms, and you'll want to drop down. Hold up just for 30 seconds. Short breath.
Ultra-thin insoles make life in your shoes more comfortable.
It started with the idea of giving truckers a better two-way radio system. Then with a war chest of $3,000, they decided to take on the largest company on earth.
After, start that one again, and then maybe if that could be the last one, then go
Yeah.
to the gong, because we're
Yeah.
at the time,
Mm-hmm.
unless there's something very, you know, that you,
Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you when. Let's see. Okay, go ahead.
So this position is wonderful because you can go right from this position into what is called platform pose. Platform pose is a way to isometrically tense your muscles, get blood there, and also to reawaken your cells to resonate. You just lift up, point the toes, drop the head back, there's a little tension in the neck, tension in the arms, hold up, 30 seconds or so is all you need, maybe even less, and do the short breath. Keep the waist up. Keep the toes pointed. Inhale deep. Hold, arch up. Drop the head back. Stretch it. Ta. Release, relax, and just come forward and stretch the opposite way. I have to tell you that a lot of people get cramps in their feet. You'll find they'll do it when they point their toes. If you get a cramp, pull the toes back and hold them back until the cramp leaves, because it won't cramp this way. Time for a gong bath.
You know what? Let's, okay, I guess this is part 4. Wait, don't go in yet. I want to follow your gong in. Just stop the camera for no reason. Part 4, take 2. Keep these cameras in sync.
Do you know how to get out of the car?
Yeah, straight ahead. Yeah.
East side or east side?
Yeah, that's going towards the west side.
That's west side.
Yeah.
That's the east side.
Oh. No, it's the east side. You're going east.